Hey everybody, it's your pal Stephanie. Sorry for the drag in my voice. I just woke up for the second time. Um, so today is the second half of my episode 9 speculation. So back at it. Let's get to it. So let's talk General Hux. Rumors are, and I kind of think these are those outlandish rumors, is that he will join the resistance, which is outlandish because his whole goal is to get rid of the resistance. So why would they take him in? So who would trust him? My theory is that Hux is going to meet his end fairly soon in the film, probably at the hands of Kylo Ren. Now, will Kylo Ren / Ben Solo make it? I'm going to go on record and say no. He doesn't make it. And it's kind of like his grandfather. He'll be redeemed at the last minute before his death. Will Rey and Kylo be related? You know, that one is so 50-50. Like I said in the first one, I don't believe she's a virgin. I believe she was born to Force-sensitive parents. Maybe the granddaughter of Luke Skywalker. He is old enough to, he had a child with Mara Jade, who would probably be in her 40s by now. Mara Jade could have had a child. They left her on Jakku. That's just wild speculation. Now, who are they fighting on the Death Star remains in one of the pictures that Vanity Fair released? Are they fighting each other? Or are they fighting someone else? They seem pretty far away from each other to be fighting each other. And if you look, Kylo doesn't seem to be looking at her. But then again, like I said, I wasn't going to read too much into the poster. But if Palpatine's essence went, in to the Death Star, went down with the Death Star, is he still connected to it? Now, I know we're getting a little too out there with the sci-fi. At least, don't get me wrong, Star Wars is kind of outlandish sci-fi wise, but it's going a little too far, I think, with the transfer of essence, but it's canon. It's in Rebels, it's in Darth Vader comics, it's in, I think, the Clone Wars cartoon series. So, I mean, everybody's heard of him having a clone or transferring his essence. It's kind of like Apocalypse from X-Men. He transfers his conscience from body to body. So, maybe that's how Palpatine's going to do it. He needs someone younger, and if he can transfer his powers to someone younger, he'd be much more stronger. The whole, though, in that theory is that in that shot, that is the first Death Star over the planet Yavin 4. It is not Endor. Endor would have been the second Death Star, which is where Palpatine went down with it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what speculation's all about. What I see is Rey and Kylo teaming up against Palpatine because there's a greater evil in the world, and there's still that little shred of light in Kylo. Will he destroy it altogether? I don't know. This movie takes place a year after episode 8 in the timeline. So, they teamed up against Snoke. Sorry about that. And Snoke's Imperial Guard. It's my equivalent to the Imperial Guard. I'm wondering, how much will Mr. Mark Hamill be in it? I hope a lot, because none of us nerds are willing to accept his fate on Ahch-To. Even though it was a badass move. I gotta say, that was a baller move. Projecting yourself to fight your evil nephew. That was badass. But the ending battle with well, with the ending battle, I think it will definitely be between Rey and Kylo up against a much younger, more powerful Palpatine, which I believe is going to be Mike Smith from Doctor Who. So, how will Maz Kanata impact this movie? I think her goal is finally to reveal how she got the Skywalker lightsaber. I think we'll see a flashback of, her on Cloud City, somehow maybe working with Lando, and she got the lightsaber, which is now kyber crystals are broken into 3. Will Leia be in the Outer Rim recruiting Resistance fighters, and that's how they're gonna send off Carrie Fisher, because it sounds like she does go into the Outer Rim to recruit fighters for the Resistance. Will they have XYAB U-Wings? Maybe. I saw some U-Wings. Saw some A-Wings. Obviously X-Wings. I was disappointed in Luke Skywalker. Well, Rian Johnson. I think JJ brings more creativity, but keeps things simple and safe, which I'm totally okay with. Better to do it right than fuck it up. Episode 8 could have been so much better. Every hint that J.J. Abrams dropped on us in Episode 7 was undone by Johnson in Episode 8. I love any Star Wars movie, but was turned off by The Last Jedi. I hope J.J. brings it back to where The Force Awakens brought us. Granted, yes, people are saying it's a safe movie. It was like A New Hope, and yeah, but it was fun. And A New Hope was fun. And it was about the good guys winning, and it was fun. And I thoroughly enjoyed Episode 7 because it was fun. And it introduced us to a new set of evil and a new set of heroes, especially the woman being the lead hero. But there were things in Episode 8, like I said in the first one, my first podcast of this, is that so many unnecessary things like Camino and Leia floating through space and just, lots of unnecessary things. So where will Episode 9 take us? Many twists and turns, of course, are expected. Sorry about that. But as Star Wars fans, we will like them. Will we like them? Reports will come from overseas first before it hits America on December 20th. They get it like a few days early, which, come on now. The majority of Star Wars fans are American. At least, I think so. Now that J.J. Abrams has free reign to fix stuff from Episode 8, and George Lucas is involved, granted, he doesn't get a say in CGI characters and stuff like that, but story-wise, he did write a script for 7, 8, and 9. And I think J.J. Abrams is going to take some of that script and use it. Because, from what I read, George Lucas will be involved with this movie. He won't be directing it. He's not writing it. But he will be involved. But it might help JJ tie every episode together, which is a monumental task. Those are huge shoes to fill. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I think he'll do it the best way he can. He'll do it a lot better than Rian Johnson. I can't see this movie being bad unless they go off the rails, like Rian Johnson did a few times. As for new characters, I'm decided to see who they are and how they tie in. As for, like, Kelly Marie Tran, sorry, I just woke up, I'm having a hard time. I didn't like her acting or her character. Her acting was over the top. She seems like such a sweet person, but you can't be a sweet person in Hollywood and be a good actor. Maybe you can. I don't live there anymore, and I don't know. But as far as her character's unnecessary. she's basically just introduced as Finn's love. And she's, I don't know, I don't agree with that character. She seems very grateful for the opportunity that was bestowed upon her, but she better bring it in episode 9 for me to believe it. The Rise of Skywalker, which is the title, is misleading, I think. I think this might mean the Skywalker name will be immortalized forever, and it represents hope for the galaxy. Perhaps there will be a new Jedi training school named after Skywalkers. Or maybe, let's go even farther off the deep end. Maybe Jedis will now become Skywalkers, which that'd be ridiculous, but it's hard to wait and speculate. But come December 20th, one of the greatest sagas will end, and let's hope that JJ brings it, because if he doesn't, he'll get about as much hate mail as Rian Johnson does. And there's two groups of people. It's very 50-50. There's 50% of people that didn't like episode 8, and there's 50% of people that did. Now I'm it's not that black and white, I guess, for me. I'm gray. I'm in the middle where, I thought it was cinematically one of the best movies. Like, just the cinematography, everything like that was great, off the charts. Rian Johnson knows how to cinematically make a movie or pick cinematographers. However, I wasn't a fan that Luke is this old curmudgeon-y piece of shit just waiting to die. I do buy that he lost hope. That I get. And I get why he doesn't want to train another Jedi. That I get. But he exiled himself. Well, I guess Kylo Ren and the Knights would have hunted him down, but, he went to a place where he didn't even read the Jedi text, and he was guarding something that he really didn't even care about. So that to me was kind of a plot flaw. I didn't like seeing him almost as an antagonist. And I didn't like it. As for the floating scene with Leia, we've never in 8 movies seen Leia use the Force, but now all of a sudden she's very proficient with it. We know from episode 4, she can connect to Luke through the Force. We know that. Well, even in, episode 5, and even Return of the Jedi, you can tell she can hear Luke, but she's not nearly as powerful. But all of a sudden she gets blasted into space and becomes this very powerful Force user when she's half dead. But, and I don't think she'll end up as a Force ghost, obviously, because Carrie Fisher's dead. But, like the planet of Kamino, so unnecessary. Take that out of the movie and, just put together a plan between, Kelly Marie Tran and John Boyega, and boom. You don't have to include all these, horse-looking things getting beat and feeling sorry for them. And, they're adorable. Of course I would feel sorry for them if they were real. But, come on. Honestly, some of that stuff was so unnecessary. It would have made such a better movie. Like I said, not a fan of... There goes the FedEx guy. Not a fan of Kelly Marie Tran. Like, not as a person. Just her acting's way too over the top. It's not believable. She needs to bring it. And like I said, JJ has huge holes to fill to bring all 8, all 3 sagas together. So, better bring it. So, talk to you guys later. Let me know what you think. I've left my Facebook and my Instagram handle on these chats before. So, I'll talk at y'all later. Peace.